안녕하십니까. 인사드리겠습니다. 저는 오토데스크코리아 설계 및 제조 부문에서 기술 영업을 하고 있는 김두현 이사라고 합니다. 먼저 바쁘신데도 불구하고 이번 오토데스크 컨버지에 참석해 주신 것에 대해서 다시 한번 감사의 말씀을 드립니다. 이번 세션은 오토데스크 컨버지 데이 2 두 번째 세션으로 프로젝트의 수주 경쟁력과 수익성 개선을 위한 고려사항이라는 주제로 진행하도록 하겠습니다. 이번 세션은 저와 함께 오토데스크 본사의 PLM Readiness Manager인 브라이언 셰넌과 함께 진행할 예정입니다. 먼저 브라이언을 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 브라이언 안녕하세요.
Hello, good to meet everybody.
반갑습니다. 오늘 참석해 주신 분들을 위해서 본인 소개를 좀 간단히 해주실 수 있을까요?
So, hi everybody, my name is Brian Schanen and I am the PLM and PDM Readiness Manager here at Autodesk. And I work to evangelize and get ready our technical and sales staff globally on PLM and PDM, that is Fusion Manage and Autodesk Vault. And so I've been doing this for 18 years. I'm here to talk about PLM, specifically Cloud PLM, and what it can do to benefit you, our customers and our prospects.
예, 브라이언은 사실 약 18년간의 경험을 바탕으로 이제 글로벌하게 진행되는 PDM, PLM 비즈니스가 이제 원활하게 수행될 수 있도록 영업적으로 또 기술적으로 전략적으로 오토데스크 본사에서 지원하는 역할을 하고 있습니다. 브라이언 오늘 주제가 프로젝트의 수주 경쟁력과 수익성 개선을 위한 고려사항인데요. 그렇다면 제조 산업에서 경쟁력이라 하면 일반적으로 이제 납기, 품질 그리고 비용을 빼놓을 수가 없을 것입니다. 이러한 제조 경쟁력 확보를 위해서 저희 오토데스크가 많은 도움을 줄 수 있을 것으로 생각이 되지만 그 중에서도 PLM을 생각하지 않을 수가 없는데요. 요즘 PLM 시장의 트렌드에 대해서 말씀해 주실 수 있을까요?
So some trends that we are seeing currently in in the market, we all have a common focus, and that is to save time, to increase quality, and all of that leads to ultimately to cost. And so we're going to take a look at a couple of different trends. And we all feel that there is time for a change. Certainly over the past year and a half, there has been a lot of change, and we feel that there must be a better way to do things. Not simply a new normal, but a better way to improve in the future. We know that there are a lot of inefficient ways and things that companies struggle with. And what we'd like to talk to you about today is a way that we can reduce the reliance on separate ways of doing things and move to a common platform. And that common platform will allow us to have better collaboration and more efficient processes and actionable insights, that is, insights and reports, and being able to see issues that might have been invisible to us throughout the organization. And quite simply, we're talking about breaking down silos and putting everybody together on a common platform according to their security and permission, but everybody should be able to see what they need to see when they need to see it.
예, 제조 산업에서의 경쟁력 확보를 위해서 회사 내 각 부문의 이해 당사자들이 이제 효과적인 의사소통이 중요하고 이를 체계적으로 또 그리고 효율적으로 관리할 수 있는 방안으로 이제 클라우드 플랫폼이 주목받고 있다는 PLM 시장의 트렌드에 대해서 말씀을 해주셨습니다. 사실 클라우드 기반의 솔루션들에 대한 장점은 어제 오늘 이야기는 아닌데요. 브라이언, 그렇다면 왜 클라우드 기반의 PLM을 우리가 주목을 해야 되는 걸까요?
Cloud PLM brings to the table a number of different benefits. But first, let's talk about what PLM is. If you've heard the acronym before, it stands for Product Lifecycle Management, and it's always been promising. You hear about PLM and it looks like it can do wonderful things. It enables companies to work better globally. It has workflows built in. It has the promise of bill of material and change management, traceability, lower costs. That's always been the promise. But traditional PLMs have been hard to implement. They've been expensive. The upgrades, having to buy servers, this has been a stopping point for a number of customers. And so when we approached this at Autodesk, we decided not to go with something else that was old and iron and had the stigma of PLMs of the past, but rather to adopt a cloud. So reasons to consider cloud for a platform is the ease of deployment. You're embarking on a new software, so easier to deploy and train people. It's easier to adopt, It removes the costly infrastructure and the updates that go along with it. We like to say this is zero install, so it runs in a browser. It's common. And your users, everybody from the CEO down to those in the field and the shop floor and everyone in between should be able to use it. And it should also be able to have a price point that is scalable. Not only can you add more people to it, but you should be able to add more process without having to incur additional fees.
네, 그렇군요. 사실 전통적 방식의 PLM 도입이라는 것이 한국 시장에서도 약 20여 년 동안 진행되어 왔었고요. 또 그에 따른 장점과 단점이 또 인식되어 온 것이 사실입니다. 근데 이러한 단점을 클라우드 기반의 PLM이 해소할 수 있다면은 향후 PLM 도입을 고려하고 계신 고객께서는 이를 주목하지 않을 이유는 없을 것 같습니다. 그렇다면 브라이언, 그 클라우드 기반의 PLM이 저희 오토데스크에서만 제공하는 솔루션은 아닐 텐데요. 고객 입장에서는 왜 오토데스크 클라우드 기반 PLM을 살펴보아야 할까요?
Okay, so when Autodesk approached the idea of cloud, we wanted to do something that was, in one word, attainable. We wanted to give something that was instant on, it was flexible, yet it had a certain semblance of a common platform and everybody can use the same platform. Having a mobile device or a browser, as we know, we are all distributed, and so we need something where we can access it from virtually any device. It needs to be quick. Users need to be able to use it casually, maybe once a week or once a month. And it has to be easy to integrate with other business systems. And so that's the Autodesk way, and that's our approach to it. So let me demystify this a little bit and actually talk about what this looks like. So we have some slides where I do some positioning. So we know that we have cloud. We know that PLM is a good thing for the company. But if we take a look at a common sales cycle, and we go everything from the sales all the way through the engineering and down to the service and ultimately retirement of a product, along the way, there are a number of different business systems, and these show up as different three-letter acronyms: CRM, PDM, ERP, and there's others. But these are generically the ones that we have. But we feel at Autodesk, our approach is with PLM, adding in the process management, we can integrate with all of these other systems, these other three-letter acronyms. We have the ability to manage what we manage and then work with these other business systems, because sometimes behind the scenes, this is what you see. We have a schematic of different things that are part of the process. Some of these go unseen, but with a good PLM system and a cloud PLM system, all of these get exposed to the right people in the right time. And what Autodesk gives you is everything you need on one common platform. So we have one place to look, and we'll talk about this a little bit later. We'll get into detail on it, but we call these the Pillars of PLM. This is what helps keep a company working, and it exposes areas of not only improvement, but growth areas for a company. And these are new product introduction, enterprise bill of material management, supply chain collaboration, change management, and quality management. And so our approach with Autodesk is to make sure that this is something that is always on. It's always up, it's always on, and because it's in the cloud, we have a simple user interface, and we have ways to push updates to it. We don't have to wait a long time. We make sure that it's easy, and the acceptance and the adoption, and people won't go back to their old ways of working. And we also provide the ability to expand. So we don't just give you a set of functionality. We have an app store that allows you to expand into other areas that you may not have realized. And all of this with a phased approach. And essentially, what this is going to do is bring all of the company together. Not only your company onto your platform, but anybody else from the outside that you want to bring in. The cloud architecture allows us to do this, and it allows us to innovate and allows you to communicate.
그렇군요. 오토데스크의 클라우드 기반 PLM이 이제 시간과 장소에 구애받지 않고 이제 상시 접속이 가능하고, 또 회사 내 제품 개발 과정의 이해 당사자가 이제 사용하기 쉽고, 또 고객의 필요에 따라서 확장 가능하다는 장점이 있는 것 같습니다. 근데 이런 장점이 오토데스크의 클라우드 기반 PLM이 2021년 올해죠. 그 APEC 시장에 출시가 되었는데 글로벌하게는 이미 사용 중인 제품이 왜 한국 시장에서는 이제야 출시를 하게 되었나요?
So Autodesk PLM in APAC, in Asia Pacific, there's a couple of things to first note. So going back to this, we found that we launched initially Autodesk PLM in North America and in EMEA. And we found that there was a strategy that was necessary because this was more than just a CAD or a software, an authoring tool sale. It is a business solution. This is something that transforms a company's business. And during our rollouts, we've learned what it takes to help a company along. And we have a proven and reliable and repeatable strategy for working with customers, not just selling to them, but with. And that's a critical part about it because we want to be a partner in your business evolution as well. We found that the APAC market is ready. They had been asking for it, and we'd heard this a number of times that the maturity is there, the cloud friendliness is there, the acceptance of the cloud, it's here to stay. And so we found that the cloud allowed us to overcome things like localization. It allowed us to overcome things like multi-site or follow the sun engineering. If your data never sleeps, if your design team is everywhere, we can disperse that around the world, and we can work like that. And also, there are some very specific things to the Korean market. As I've been working with the team, we found that things like the work hours per week, something like PLM and even PDM can improve that, the amount of time that people spend at work. It breaks down, and as we'll see a little bit later, things that used to take days and weeks can go down to minutes. That saves you and everybody time. Remember, there's humans that have to use this. Also, there's the smart factory incentives for bringing everything together onto a new common platform. So simply put, we feel that this is a great time to introduce and to talk about what Cloud PLM can do for the Korean market.
예, 그런 것 같습니다. 한국을 비롯한 APEC 시장이 클라우드를 사용할 준비가 되었다는 것은 오토데스크 코리아에서도 고객과의 의사소통을 통해서 감지되고 있는 부분이긴 하거든요. 그렇다면 브라이언, 오늘 참석하신 분들을 위해서 그 오토데스크의 클라우드 기반 PLM의 대표적인 기능을 간단하게나마 좀 설명해 줄 수 있을까요?
All right, let's talk about those key functionalities of Autodesk PLM. And these are some of the solutions that are right into the product, and we have them out of the box, or rather out of the cloud. So the first one is new product introduction. This goes by several different names. Internally at your company, you might call it prototyping, new product development. You might call it stage gate management. It goes by a number of different names. And simply put, this is the plan in place to bring a product to market. And what new product introduction adds is the dimension of time. Time and budget, time is money, and expectations, delegations, and milestones come into play here. We add it in here and we tie it closely to the next one, and that's bill of material management. Bill of materials, and the creation of bill of materials can start from a number of different places. It can evolve out of CAD, it can come in from a configurator, or it could be something that is an evolution of an existing product. But managing the enterprise bill of material is critical because that's the recipe for your product design. That is the one thing that tells you what to make, how many to make, where to procure it. And sometimes managing that as it evolves, getting that under control can be a big challenge. And many costs are lost in poorly managed enterprise bill of materials. And the next step is supply chain collaboration, as everyone looks for newer or better, faster ways or different ways to allocate and source and manufacture. Supply chain collaboration is critical. And we have that built right into the product. It's not something that you have to buy extra. This is all included right within the product. Now, not everything goes out the door at the first revision or the first iteration. And so we have change management. And change management is something that is, again, built right into the product. And we have workflows that you can tailor and tune to exactly what you want, using your terminology and your process Even things like digital signature and compliance checks, we have that built in. In fact, most of the different areas of the product have a workflow of some kind built in, and it's all about change and managing change and making sense of the change. Remember, this is at the company level. Sometimes the reason for change is quality. Now, this can be proactive quality. So, for instance, the result of analysis or simulation tools, or it can be reactive quality in the case of a return merchandise or nonconformance or an inspection that went wrong. The good news is we have a closed loop. That means when we find a change, when we find a quality issue, we can invoke a change, and that can find its way back to engineering. And these are the pillars. These are the areas that we have ready to go out of the box with our Cloud PLM solution and more. All of these you can change the workflow, change the names. In fact, you could choose not to use them, but they're there at no additional cost. And don't take our word for it. Some of our customers, so for instance, one customer I'd like to introduce you to is Native Instruments. And this Cloud PLM, they've adopted Cloud PLM, and as you can read, it enabled all of their stakeholders, both internal and external. So we don't have a barrier there anymore. It allowed them to collaborate and have a global supply chain. If you take a look in here, the benefits, so the gains went from more than a week down to minutes. That's almost too much to even calculate how good that is for them. But that's just one area of the product that they were able to realize with our Cloud PLM solution. One more customer. Evitech has adopted Cloud PLM, and they are a growing company. And within Evitech, our Cloud PLM solution, because of its agility and the adoption of it, it's allowed Evitech, it's grown with them. So they grew, and the cloud solution grows right along with them. It's not something that hinders them. In fact, it probably helped them grow and adopt new ways and see new things. And as they say here, it's a one-stop solution.
예, 브라이언이 그 오토데스크 클라우드 기반 PLM의 상당히 핵심적이고 대표적인 기능에 대해서 말씀을 해주셨습니다. 5가지 기능 모두 제조 산업에서 반드시 필요한 기능일 것으로 생각이 되는데요. 친절하게도 또 그 고객들의 사항에 대해서 또 추가를 좀 해주셨습니다. 근데 브라이언, 오늘 주제가 프로젝트의 수주 경쟁력과 수익성 개선을 위한 고려사항으로 되어 있는데요. 앞에서 짚어주신 오토데스크의 그 클라우드 기반 PLM이 오늘 주제하고 어떻게 연결이 될까요?
So how we tie this all together and the reason that we're talking, the title of this and how it meets the business objectives with Autodesk PLM, allow me to tell you a little bit of statistics. So we know from surveys that we've done over the years to help develop our product and develop our strategy, we know that up to 80% of new product introductions can fail. And this is from a variety of reasons, like the complexity, resource constraints, certainly supply chain issues, and lack of visibility. The underlying theme here is communication. And what we aim to do through this presentation and bringing it together is we want to remove inefficiencies. There are a lot of inefficiencies that go with the value of or launching a product. And so what I'd like to talk about is the benefit of our Cloud PLM solution is really the time to value of the solution. So taking a look at what it takes to get a product out the door, we know that initially there will be an investment. There will be an investment in time and people, human capital, and effort and design and things that go wrong. And then that's if it's perfect, it can look like this. But along the way, there are a number of different things that just seem to crop up. They get in the way and they prevent mobility. They prevent you getting out the door. With PLM, we can address every one of these on here and start to move that timeline back, move that curve back. So the investment will get a little bit less. With every subsequent project that you take on, it'll get even better because you'll have all of the data, you'll know what to do, and you'll be able to have a repeatable process. And that is simply by the reports, the KPIs, and the insight. Everything that you have inside of PLM can be reported on. And you can take all of this data and use it to your advantage for the next product and the next product and the next product.
그렇군요. 결국은 오토데스크의 클라우드 기반 PLM을 통해서 이제 과거 신제품 개발 과정에서 발생된 비효율적인 부분을 좀 축소를 하고 이는 이제 제품의 출시 시기를 좀 앞당길 수 있게 해서 수주 경쟁력을 확보를 하고 이것이 결국은 수익성 개선에 이바지할 수 있다는 내용으로 이해가 됩니다. 자, 이번 세션에 할당된 시간이 다 된 것 같습니다. 관심 가져주셔서 감사하고요. 참석해 주신 여러분께 다시 한번 감사의 말씀을 드립니다. 도움을 주신 브라이언 셰넌에게도 감사의 말씀을 드리고요. 브라이언, 세션 종료 전에 한 말씀 부탁드리겠습니다.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for taking a look and having an interest in Autodesk PLM. We are here to answer your questions. What we've shown today, we are here and ready to back this up and enter into a discussion with you about what Autodesk PLM can do for you. So thank you.
네, 감사합니다. 본 세션에 추가적으로 궁금한 사항이 있으시면은 저희 오토데스크 파트너사나 또 오토데스크 코리아에 연락을 주시면은 성심성의껏 회신을 드리도록 하겠습니다. 이번 세션은 여기서 마치도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
The benefits of product lifecycle management have always been promising. But traditional PLM systems require extensive consulting. They are expensive, training is lengthy, and getting up and running often takes too much away from getting today's work done. Fusion 360 Manage helps you avoid all of that. With instant-on PLM that's easy to use and accessible anytime, anywhere, from a browser or mobile device. We give you the flexibility to start today and expand tomorrow with a PLM platform that adapts to your business. Included are core PLM apps that are easy to configure to your specific requirements. Rather than starting from scratch, these apps include out-of-the-box workflows that you simply tailor to your needs. A simple change of category here, another change here, and you're all set. Now you can better improve your new product development process, better manage change orders, bill of materials, supplier collaboration, and product quality. Start with one process at a time and easily expand as you need. Fusion 360 Manage simplifies everyday tasks and improves collaboration. And with its open API, Fusion 360 Manage integrates easily with other business systems such as ERP, CRM, and PDM. It's everything you need in a single PLM platform that connects your people, processes, and data across departments and geographies. Realize the benefits of PLM today and spend more time reaching your business goals with Fusion 360 Manage.
BC Consult is building and constructing industrial X-ray systems.
Our customers need our systems to perform non-destructive inspection on their parts, just to ensure that there are no defects or faults inside. Our systems enable our customers to move from analog film to a digital X-ray inspection. But also for us, digitalization is a big topic, and this is where Fusion Lifecycle gets involved.
We found out that clear processes with clear structure make it easier to communicate.
We have been doubling every 2 years. New people are coming on board in a crazy pace, and they don't know where every information is in the company. So our digital transformation is helping us to make information available as kind of a knowledge base to everybody worldwide. The product lifecycle management is supporting us with bringing our old paper-based ISO 9001 processes into the digital world. And this is a big change because now there's not just this one folder on the second floor that somebody looks in every now and then, but we have these processes in a digital workflow that everybody has to follow.
Instead of following up with hundreds of emails, we're finding out where we are in the process and what stakeholders are also contributing to the final solution. So instead of me trying to manage other people and other groups, trying to get information together, it's very clear at that step of the process that there are deliverables to be done, who's responsible, and we can actually learn from our process of where we can be better.
We have employees all around the world, and we need to make sure these people can work seamlessly together. So we are using digital twins to monitor our systems throughout their product lifecycle. That means we have to start with a digital twin when the salesperson speaks to the customer, and then the digital twin is enriched with information along the manufacturing, design, and servicing process.
My vision is that I come to the customer side, I scan the barcode on my machine, and I will have the complete history of this machine directly on my tablet.
And as a supplier of long-lasting goods that are used 8 or 10 years, we have to make sure that this information is available throughout the whole life cycle of that specific solution.
We know our processes, but we don't know how to handle a PLM system. And Autodesk helps us a lot to integrate the PLM system in our company. So we got a lot of knowledge, a lot of helping hands to integrate it.